Morning everybody. I've just got up, standing in the bathroom, thinking I could hear the sound of water running and thought maybe it's next door's washing machine spinning. Till I turned my tap on in my hand basin and the water pressure was a lot lower than it normally is. And I thought, shit, something's gone. Thankfully it's in the outhouse and not in the house. Not sure exactly where it's coming from. Trying to think where to join these pipes together. That's coming from even higher up. Turn the water supply off first. That's me turning the tap right down, so it was coming out a lot more than that. So I better not take it off because the socket's right there. So if I remember rightly, I think the outer joint is that top one. So typically it is the most awkward one, but I'll turn the water off and then have a look. So gone now down on that's been going. And the annoying thing is I was going to come out here and do a wash yesterday and thought better check, because if anything had froze up I thought it would be the actual washing machine pipe, being the rest of the pipe was lagged. Better out here than in the house. Let's see where the damage is. I'm sure I'll be one of many who's had this problem. Yep, right there. Well, that's a funny place to go. If anywhere you'd expect it to be on a join, wouldn't you? Oh yeah, I can feel the split right where my finger is there. Why would it go just there? I was fully expecting that to be the top joint, which, well, glad it's not, because that would have been the most awkward. Now the question is, do I have any pipe left? And I think the answer is probably not a piece that long. It might have some. He did some plumbing work not long ago, adding a radiator. So I can. Oh, it's annoying that if I'd come out and done the washing I was intending to do yesterday, I bet that bloody wouldn't have gone. Having said that, it might have been frozen and I wouldn't have been able to. That'll teach me to be lazy and not come out and check it. I should have done really with how cold it's been. But I'll put that down to me being a lazy ass. That is a bit annoying. If I'd come out yesterday to do the wash, it would have been thawed up enough then for it to come through, or I could have done something about it. This is the pipe I thought might go. I mean, it might be frozen for all I know, because that's the washing machine pipe, but obviously that one's not lagged. So that's the one in my head. I thought if anything's going to go it'll be that, but no. Oh well, go and find out if I've got any pipe I can use. Catch you later. Okay guys, I've just had a quick look around. I can't see any pipe. I know I definitely had a little bit left. Probably not all that, but then again if I don't have to change it all, do I? All I've got to do is cut a little section out rather than change the whole thing. Now I have got a little bit somewhere. I don't know whether I've tucked it up in the loft out of the way. I possibly did. I shall check shortly. So we shall cut the bad little section out. So times like this guys, that you're happy you went to the trouble of learning a little bit of plumbing work, because something like this now I'd be looking at paying a plumber, I would imagine, at least £65 to come out and sort this, and little things like this you really can do yourself. With a few basic plumbing tools you can do this sort of stuff yourself. I bet the plumbers love it when this sort of weather comes. My must have so many burst pipes, and as it's shown on the news there, condensing boilers packing up. They must be absolutely rubbing their hands together. But fair play, that's how they earn a living. It'll get a nice little spell like that, fair enough. No one wants this hassle, but if you were a plumber, you'd be just as happy as they are. All you need to buy is some basic plumbing tools to be able to handle stuff like this yourself. You're not talking a fortune. And things are made so much easier now with all the plumbing fittings you can get these days. You don't have to learn to be able to solder. You've got compression joints and push fit joints. And there we go. I can blame myself to a degree, a little bit annoyed with myself actually. I've thought about it a couple of times with how cold it is. I should go out there and just get a bucket under this tap and run it for a bit, just to get a bit of water through it, just in case it is freezing up. And I was too lazy to do it, and that's the results. Now lucky being in the outhouse, it's no real damage done, but this pipe obviously connects into the kitchen. So if that had gone in the kitchen, I could have been waking up now to me kitchen flooded, my carpet in the hallway and in the living room potentially flooded. So if you've got any outside taps, I suggest you go and run them. And if there are any signs of them being frozen, then take some measures to unfreeze them. Right, I shall go and hunt for this bit of pipe. I know I've definitely got a little bit, I've possibly stuck it in the loft just to get it out of the way. Catch you later. Okay guys, after a bit of hunting about, I haven't found the length of pipe I've got, but I kept hold of this. This is a connection for a basin tap, where they come pre-fitted with a little lens on them with a rubber seal. So I hung on to that thinking might come in handy one day, and I was correct. Now that where my thumb is, that section of it's 15mm, then it drops down to the narrower pipe to fit into the tight space, so when you fit the taps, so I can use that little section. So, unfortunately, too big a gap just to put a straight coupling in. That would have been handy, that would have been the right size. Now, the trouble is I've only got one of them, so that knackers me on that one. And I've only got one end feed fitting that you would, that's the connection you would put on, one either end, and then solder a little section of piping. So I shall call my mate and see if he's got another straight end feed fitting I could use to do that. Worst case scenario, and it can't be done today because I haven't got the parts, then I will just simply fit an isolation valve onto the pipe. That's just a compression fitting, so just a case of do that nut up and then just turn that little valve to shut the water off, and then I'll be able to turn the water on to the rest of the house. So that'll be a little temporary thing if I have to do that, which gets me out of the woods. And it looks like I'm not the only one with plumbing problems, because I've just saw a van outside. I thought it looked like a plumber, and I've just been upstairs and heard my next door neighbour in the garden, so she's out in the back garden with a plumber. So they're looking at a bit of pipe work on the wall, so I'm not sure what they were looking at. Whether that's potentially one of these condensing boilers and that's her pipe to the boiler froze up possibly. So I'm not the only one having a bit of grief this morning, so I wonder if that's the point that pipes go after they're frozen, at the point where they start to thaw out. Is that the point at which the pipe cracks maybe? Not sure. Right, I'll give my mate a call and see whether he's got another one of these little end feed fittings, and then I'll be able to get that done. We put them on, just cut a little section of that pipe out and we'll be sorted. Bye for now. Okay guys, right, I got hold of my mate, and luckily enough he did have another little end feed for me to do a solder joint on this. So I did attempt to do it. I'll put it down to me not having done any plumbing for a while, made a schoolboy error. What I should have done was opened up the tap at the bottom here to drain the water out of this pipe. The one thing you must remember, if you're going to do soldering on pipes, you must make sure there's no water in the pipe. If you get any water coming up through where the join is, then the solder will not be drawn into the pipe. So I got it done, but had a slight leak on it because of that. I knew I'd made the mistake as I was soldering. I could tell the way the solder was going on that there was water in the pipe. So unfortunately I knackered that one up. So what I've done as a temporary for now is I've just put an isolation valve onto the pipe. So this is something that's maybe worth people keeping in your house, because if you have a burst pipe and you can't get it fixed at the time, then all you got to do, put these on. All these are the little bowl valve in the side, so that little screw being across now is the bowl valve's closed off on there. So the water is to that point and just not coming through, so that's the handy to keep hold of for a quick fix if you need to as a temporary thing. So I'll probably go down Screwfix tomorrow, get a couple of soldered fittings again, and then I'll do the job properly this next time round. But we're out of the woods for the time being. So catch us all later.